Hello everyone, happy Tuesday and welcome to tonight's stream. I hope that you are all having a good week so far. I was very confused that it was Tuesday. The kids were home today and so it did not feel at all like a Tuesday, but it is. We're almost halfway through the week. I'm rounding up. It was a very cold day here as well, which also was, strange and unusual. We were all bundled up. It was only in the 50s today, which would be warm for most places, but is not warm for Florida. It was in the 30s when I had to take the dogs out this morning. It was so cold. Even now, I've got my blankie and I am ready to pick back up where we left off. So last stream did have a bit of an abrupt ending thanks to my internet connection. But we got an audio message from... I only half watched it too because I was so focused on what my stream was doing. But basically, the DeVries... Anyway, let me say hello to everybody and we'll pull the game up so we can actually look at this thing in the journal just so I'm not stumbling over every word I'm trying to say. So before we do this, Bill, Marisol, Kevin, Claudette, Sarah, Wander, Christy, welcome. It's good to see all of you. Hey, Smokey and Archer, welcome. All right. Okay, there we go. Before I lose complete track. So we got the courier, and then we talked to, eventually this is going to kick in, but at least I can see what I'm talking about. So what am I looking for here? Aha, here it is. Come on. Pull it up so I can show them what I'm trying to show them. This game is one of the ones that, like, it's there, I test it, and then I go out of it, and it decides to stop showing up. There it is. Okay. Okay, we're there. So we talked to, or had the video message with the leader of the Order of the Ascendant. I think it was the leader. The point was that DeVries is associated with the Order of the Ascendant. It's like all that weird math stuff that she quotes and all that craziness. So that video call was the person being like, look, that is not the normal Order of Ascendant deal. It's this weird, like, crazy, culty offshoot that's reading all this, like, insanity into the math equations or something. I don't know. Anyway, it brought up that she's not actually part of the main Order of the Ascendants. And that was what that message was. And then directed us off to the next area. So... that's where we left off. That was the gist of what we missed. I did have a sticky note, though. I wrote it down. I found my sticky note because Pi, I believe it was, no, it definitely was, had mentioned that if we had medical level 5 or an extra trauma kit, if I read it correctly, then southeast of Fairfield, we could have met a new friend. So since we haven't left yet, I figured we would go do that. So we're back at Fairfield. I got off the ship. Southeast... the only thing, like, this is right here. This I would consider more south. We're going to check out this little building. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. But we are missing something easy. Because there is a shocking amount of the map that we never did touch. This entire section up here had buildings all over it. There's whatever this thing is. The entire southern section of the map, all these buildings and all this stuff. I mean, a bunch of this is the mountain. Like, this whole thing is a mountain. And that's why we had to go, like, out of our way to get to this stuff over here. Because there's a big mountain there. So maybe that's why it seems so bad. And it's not actually as bad as it looks, as far as the amount that we've covered on the map. Still no snow there. I would die if it snowed here. We're just not equipped for that. When the kids got up and it was 36, they were like, it could snow. And I had to crush their little dreams that 36 is not actually snow weather. Even though it sounds like it. There is a person over here. Fisherman Kinsley. That could be a thing, or it could just be some sliced bread. Or to steal all their food. Whoa. Oh, it's a janitor mech. Okay. None of this is stealing. Oh, we got an advanced decryption key. Cool. Can we talk to you?
Apologies. This unit's conversation module is functioning intermittently.
Okay. So theoretically we can, but he doesn't talk to us. Rabble meats. Lots of foods. Random clothing. Yeah, Florida would shut down if it snowed here for sure.
Hello. You must be a new, co-worker. No. My mistake. You're obviously just passing through.
Why do you have wiring? That's weird. Seriously though. Is it just the outfit that has wiring?
Here to do some fishing?
It did snow in northern Florida, yes. Yeah. The Panhandle area got snow last year. And didn't handle it well. Alright, so I don't think this is anywhere relevant. What else would you consider southeast? Unless it's just somebody out in the wilderness. There is whatever this building over here is. Let's fast travel. We'll check it out. I'm going to put like max 30 minutes into this, and then we're going to go back to the ship so we can actually go somewhere new. Okay, so south of us is... You know what? Let's just mark it on the compass. It is this way. Not the direction I would have thought. Is there going to be... Let's reload because it sounds like scary noises. Some troopers. Like, what's that? That looks like it's going into the mountain. Is that where we're heading? Oh, it totally is. It totally is. Years and years and years ago, before we had kids, we weren't even married at the time. We came down, because we lived in Massachusetts, we came down for a Florida vacation and then had to drive back up. Arbiter Training Facility. Oh, I bet this is maybe where they did the mind wipey stuff. I don't know, I could be making that up.
Carr mentioned this place once. Trained up arbiters to kill without remorse.
Oh, yeah.
Hate to think what that education entailed. We'd do well to watch ourselves with the Dragoon patrolling. I don't exactly pass muster as a protectorate nestlebub.
Okay, this place could be interesting. Anyway, we drove down and then we had to drive back, and there was like an inch of snow maybe in North Carolina, and we got stuck for a whole day, and it was the most obnoxious thing ever.
Law damn turrets won't make it easy for us.
Just because it was frustrating to be stopped by that little amount of snow, but it turned to ice was the problem. The highways iced over. Oh, hello. Okay. If we're gonna do that, I feel like I need to put the shock thing back on. We should try this chain spark cannon. This was the weapon we just got from... Oh, what's his face? The big guy? But we went through North Carolina, and then we hit the state line to Virginia, and it was clear roads and good to go. But that part of getting through North Carolina, we got stuck overnight. We got stuck overnight. The stores were on like half the store was closed, limited menus.
Hey, check out that wall panel. Think it's running the turrets outside?
Oh, this one? But I don't have engineering 3, so yeah, it probably is running the turrets, but there's nothing I can do about that.
Arbiter Nebs, the words are a song to my ears. This, no doubt, is the opportunity I have long awaited. These hapless recruits arrived just before the invasion. No sooner had they set down their bags than their instructors were called to the warfront. I read the fear, the uncertainty in their faces. And I knew, as this outpost's primary practice target replacement technician, I alone could teach them. They see me as their leader, their arbiter. I will not fail. Should the invasion breach our defenses, I will stand proudly at the vanguard, shoot to kill, and lead them to victory.
That was a cool lockpick because I got the XP for doing it, but I also got a new mag pick from inside the container. It was free. Alright, I think we're gonna have to start fighting our way through this. I'm being sneaky, but we're not really that sneaky, so any moment someone's actually gonna turn and look at us. Because we're not really sneaky at all.
Hostile ahead. What's the play, Commander?
Hi, guys. Interesting over here. Totally looks like that should open. I know they don't. We've seen them in other places. I don't know what we're here for. Because, I mean, officially we're not here for anything. Except, I guess, to fight stuff. Can I pickpocket this guy before we kill him? He didn't have very much. How? We are not that sneaky. We are not that sneaky. But yet we're managing to be very sneaky at the moment. Living in Utah, you scratch your head before when places shut down for little amounts of snow. I know. It's crazy, right? But yeah, the infrastructure makes a big difference. Also, good to see you, Sprocket. I'm assuming, is this the same Sprocket? I am loving your Long Dark series, unless you're not doing a Long Dark series and I'm confusing you with somebody else. But I have been binge watching your Zero to Hero Long Dark series as I do other stuff. And it's really good. If you're not the same person, awkward and I apologize. But if you are, it's a really good series and I recommend it.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Oh, it's one of these guys? I didn't realize it was one of those guys with the hammer thingy. Oh, it is you? Okay, good. That's my social anxiety getting me. That was... Stout brought to you by social anxiety. Wah! I started playing Long Dark again because of it. Only I'm pretty bad at it.
Commander, watch your vitals.
Ah! Oh yeah, my vitals. Uh-oh. Thanks for the reminder. It's a good thing my companions have my back because I was not paying attention at all.
Ready to waste them on your command.
Each a vital card.
Oh, hello. turrets. Oh, there's 2 of you? Okay, we're gonna...
Are you still upright over there?
Yep, we're gonna retreat here for a second, because I have to, can't take another health thing. The Last Caretaker looks really good. I've watched a little bit of it. I played the demo. I really like the demo, but I was hoping it would be less than $35. Oh, good. I could do it with food.
Look alive, Commander.
I was disappointed, to say the least, with The Last Caretaker being so expensive. I mean, 35. There were a lot of people inside that sealed building. Oh well. Here we go. Okay, did they take out the other turret? They did. This thing's not bad. It does chain between them a bit, so that's fun. I would say I like it about as much as the machine gun. Okay, free loot. But yeah, anyway, what was I saying? It's not like 35 US is unreasonable necessarily. I mean, it's a totally normal game price at the moment. So just because it's outside of my price range does not mean that it's unreasonable necessarily. I shouldn't be unfair to it. However, I do think that that is kind of a lot. There's a thing here. My guideline is pretty much $20 though. For something early access. Like, unless I really, really, really want it, or I trust and know that it's going to be really good. If it's under 20, then I'll be like, oh yeah, okay. So, early access, I'm willing to risk it. If it goes horribly wrong, not that big of a deal. Over $20, and I'm like, I'll wait for a sale. I'll wait for a sale. And that's the thing. Is it is very, the price is very relative to the game, and being early access, I'm always a little bit more. Okay, so we don't have the high enough lockpill for this. Lockpill? Lockpick skill for this. But yeah, all that's in it is a set of armor, so I'm not that bummed about it. Light revolver. All right, let's do the reading of the things. Wait, Water, you got the new arc? With the for the baby dinosaurs? That's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, I mean, I only played the demo, so I certainly don't want to be saying it's not worth that price, because the demo was really good. Of all the demos that I played, that was a really good one. It ran well. Everything was good. So I'm not saying I didn't play enough. I'm not saying it's not worth that price. It just wasn't worth it for me to risk it at that price. I did get some feedback from Brand, though, who has been playing it, that it's like really choppy water once you get to the ship. So that actually bumped my price point that I'm willing to spend on it a little bit lower, because I already get motion sick in a lot of games. So the last thing I want to do is buy a game that I, going into it, already know has like choppy water and stuff. This scares me every time I do it. Okay, we're standing still too long. We're standing still too long. Okay. Arc Ascended is 50% off. That's so good. I keep meaning to get back to it. I love it. All right, let's see. Message to new recruits. Bear and breakfast for $9. I remember that came out. It looked super cute. Initiate training. Welcome, future arbiter. You represent the judge, jury, and executioner of protectorate law. Your training began the moment you were born under the sovereign's banner. Your training continues here. Select continue to continue training. Continue. The Protectorate relies on an Arbiter's lawful impulses and unblemished record of loyalty to carry our sacred traditions with pride. An Arbiter can do no wrong because their actions define righteousness. Select continue to continue training. An Arbiter is both a part of the Protectorate and the Protectorate embodied. Within themselves, they carry the totality of law, order, and discipline. Loyalty is absolute. Even if an Arbiter suspects they have betrayed the Protectorate, they are mistaken. This concludes the first of many automated training sessions. Meditate on this lesson and remember the words of Arbiter Virgil Montag. An Arbiter is an armored unit of measurement, the rod by which loyalty is judged. All right, personal logs. Practice target replacement technician Nebs. Okay. Alone, the Arbiters were called off to war and only new recruits remain. New recruits and myself. I may not be an Arbiter, but why should that stop me from educating them like one? If I make them Arbiters, what does that make me? I'll show them what it takes. What would Arbiter Tristan do? They say the Supreme Arbiter has fallen. We feel more isolated than ever. My training has helped, I believe. Every lesson gives the recruits hope, something to work towards. What would the great Arbiter Tristan do, were our roles reversed? Would he continue the charade of training? I suppose it's only a charade if it fails. I like to imagine myself as Tristan's pupil, the protege to the Supreme Arbiter. After all, every teacher needs a teacher. Promotions. I've been observing the recruits. Their collective conduct has been so superb, I'll likely request they all be promoted once Command accepts me as an Arbiter, which will no doubt happen any day. I'm pleased, nay proud, that my training practices have been so effective. But we murdered all of them. Wait, I think there was one more thing. Correspondence, yeah. To Arbiter Training Facility, the present debacle. To the trainees of Arbiter Training Facility, the invader's grim path has forced our hand. Your Arbiter instructors have been redeployed to protect the Sovereign's lands. Stand by and guard the outpost. The facility's entrenched position should make this task rudimentary even with your reduced experience. Consider your training indefinitely postponed. Further orders shall arrive later. Keep the Sovereign in your heart. Our new foes. As if out of our worst nightmares, corporatist enemies from beyond Arcadia descend to our peaceful planet. They shall not prevail. We shall defeat them together. We murdered everyone. Note to self. Remember, Nebs, you are not an Arbiter. An Arbiter is a one-person army, a battleship in the form of man, the living law of the Protectorate. But you are just doing your best. Remain modest, remain steadfast, and the Protectorate will reward your dedication at the appointed time. Not a moment sooner. Remember, Nebs, this is not your helmet, this is your mask. That's deep. I don't know. I kind of feel bad for murdering all of them. They were murder trainees. Like, their whole job was to murder people. Are you really not going to let me jump down there? Okay, there we go. Like, we shouldn't feel bad for murdering the murder trainees. Letter to home. Our training to become fully fledged Arbiters continues apace. The facility is well hidden and well guarded. Arbiter Nebs tells us that certain lessons must be absorbed in isolation, even from the Protectorate we love, and so we remain exiled behind these walls and insulated from the war. Arbiter Nebs is the sole custodian of this facility, his peers having been dispatched to the front lines. So there's plenty of time for target practice between lectures and drills. He seems especially passionate about maintaining the firing range and replacing worn-out targets. I know not why. Arbiters certainly are a fastidious lot. Hey, Floristic, good to see you. Yeah. Kind of bad. Alright, we're gonna put the big gun away. Any other good loot back here? Nothing? Alright, so we definitely looted the whole place. Let me grab, I don't think we looted this. Oh yeah, and we missed person over here. There's a treasure chest over here. This one. Okay. So let's clear this. So I'm not sure what else would be considered southeast. Unless it's like this, potentially. Like whatever this is. Like, if we can make a new friend, I want to do it. What are we at? We're just at 30 minutes. That was the time limit I gave myself arbitrarily. Let's go past the landing pad towards whatever that building is and just see. And if that's still not it, we're going to leave Paradise Island and head off. That's got to be that right there. Gotta be. When you look at the map, it looks like it's going to be really far away, but actually this stuff is pretty close together. So looking at it, it's like, oh no, it's going to be terrible. Hey, Sasquatch, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. The little sprats are so cute. The one on our ship's kind of scary, though. Sad about that. All right, there's crabbles here. Crabbles are no fun. I'm going to go back to this thingy instead of our shotgun. We have a lot of goo. The animation for that is so funny. We have a lot of goo, so we're going to go with the goo.
And I'll take care
Right
of
in the head. Getting hit by the other one. Come on, reloading this is so slow. Okay, can we... completely missed. Okay, you know what?
Easy on the actuators.
Okay, well, I wouldn't have shot you if you didn't step right in front of me. I don't know what the best gun in the game would be. I'm not sure. But the goo gun is fun. That's kind of how I make my decisions. It's Veterans Day. Yeah, the school's closed for Veterans Day. Tuesday off is the worst. I mean, I get it. It's one of the few things where they're off on the day of, not like, you know, observed on a Monday or whatever. It's always the 11th. But a Tuesday in the middle of the week is so rough. Attention all Andy's Choice employees. After much consideration, we have concluded that the risk of a crabble attack costing Andy's Choice 4 senior engineers outweighs the potential profits of continuing to operate this desalination facility. Should the crabble population be culled, or our engineering management team find a way to operate the facility with just 2 junior engineers, operations will resume. If anyone requires the expertise of the previously assigned engineering team, they have been temporarily reassigned to the Eastern Forward operating base on a work-as-needed basis. Yeah, exactly. This week has double Mondays. Alright, I thought I was going to be slick and get up there. Is there anything over here? Weapon mod parts. It appears that someone was attempting to create explosive rounds to help cull the crabble population, but ultimately abandoned the effort. A person with the right skill set could easily finish the job. Oh, that's fun. We do not have the right skill set, but it's cool that it's there if you did. Okay, we can walk all the way along the back. Is there anything down that side? No. All right, let's head down the back. It was really handy, though. I will say that of all the timing for the really cold day to happen, it was really fantastic that it was today, because it's going to be back into the 80s again next week. The rest of even this week is going to be high 70s, low 80s. And as always happens at this time of year, we discovered that the children have no long sleeve shorts that fit. So we went to my parents' house for lunch today, and they were wearing like mismatched pajamas. Which is great. Sometimes you just need to go out in pajamas. We live in Florida. It did happen. It happens every year. The first cold day sneaks up on me every year, and I'm like, oh yeah, these guys have no pants. They have grown out of last year's pants and need new ones. Rabble Farm. Wait, are they friendly? Oh, they are. They do appear to be friendly. Let's loot first. Okay, this is stealing. Okay, that was overly dramatic. You didn't have to jump the fence. All right, let's save and then steal. Hey, Steve, good to see you. But yeah, I have extra time now because it's not going to be cold again until like December. Crabble Rancher safe key. Let's see if we can get the safe key from them. And then we don't have to steal the stuff inside. Although, is it even worth it? What is it? Plasma soak, short rounds, and a light revolver. I mean, we might as well. Might as well. Good to see you too, Steve. Hopefully you're doing well. Guessing that's the rancher. I'm gonna go inside here first. Look at them. They're so cute. Is it stealing if we take their poop? It is not. It is not. Oh no, Christy, you're good. Yeah, no, exactly. That's the problem. Is that they're inches bigger. A new hat. Have to have that. It does get me every year, though. But this was earlier. Like, I feel like it's usually later in the year. I always try to get them winter clothes for Christmas. And it just never works out. Try to wait till Christmas always ends up being a bad idea. Oh, this one's name is Lucy.
Oh, Lucy. What am I gonna do if something terrible happens?
Oh, Lucy the sick crabble. Lucy the crabble lies on the underside of her shell. She makes a feeble attempt to move but doesn't manage to get anywhere and settles for gurgling weakly instead. Even to an untrained eye, she's obviously ill. Okay, so if we had this is it, medical 5 or a trauma kit, and we can have a crabble. We're obviously going to do that, but I want to talk to the rancher first. Florida weather is weird. Fact.
I don't suppose you know anything about crabble medicine, do you?
Actually, I did some blue spanner crab research, and they're a lot like crabbles.
That's about what I expected. Hold on now. You ain't tugging my leg, are you? You actually know something about crabble medicine? Well, I'll be. So, it seems as though the issue ultimately boils down to 2 words. Purpleberry crunch.
The cereal?
Yeah. I brought a box from that fancy new shop in town, and Lucy... Oh, this is Lucy, by the way. Little Lucy
she
became
gurgled.
fully frantic when she smelled it, so I figured it couldn't hurt. The box says they're packed with healthy preservatives, so it's got to be good for you, right? But I guess I was wrong. Now she won't get up. And these crabbles, they mean the world to us. We raised them from hatchlings, and I'll be broken if Lucy dies because of me.
I understand. I think I know just what to do.
Any help you can offer is more than I've been able to do for her so far, and I'd be grateful for the try.
Okay. Now we're going to use a trauma kit. You aren't really an expert on crabbles or their digestive tracts, but you're willing to give it a try. 3 stomachs? Really? You take a few key components out of a trauma kit that you'd normally use to help a human with similar symptoms. Incredibly, after a few seconds, Lucy starts to move around a bit and you hear what can only be a gurgle of relief. Yay! Lucy seems keen on sticking with you. Anytime you move away, Lucy makes sad crabble noises. Do you make Lucy a pet and send her to your ship? Yes. Lucy clacks with joy and skitters off towards the ship. It seems like a long way for such a small crabble to go, but Lucy's nothing if not determined. Hopefully no one left any purple berry crunch out. New friends! Ah! Hey Lily, good to see you. Okay, so Hi's the best for directing us here, and I'm glad that we stuck it out because I literally was about to give up, but we came to one last building and it turned out to be the best, so now we have a new crabble pet. Can we pickpocket you? Do you have your safe key in your pocket? Wait, what? Did we actually... Oh, we got detected. Did we actually take anything? It happened really fast. I'm gonna come back and check the safe. No, we don't have the key. I don't think anything in here is really worth the mag pick, honestly. Although, what the heck? We get XP for doing it. Mag picks aren't that expensive, and I have quite a few of them. Okay, so now let's go back to the ship. First of all, we have to set Lucy to be our active pet. We have that Sprat running around at the moment.
Anti-Fizzo's Purple Berry Punch.
Lucy the Crabble.
Right here.
Aww.
Auntie's Choice Rehydrated Water for the
She loves us. That's amazing. Alright, let's head up here.
Commander, the nav key coordinates supplied by the presiding bishop of the Order have been verified. Landing in Golden Ridge is now possible. Additionally, we are also able to land in Free Market Station due to the Astrogator's progress with the updates necessitated by its rebuild.
Okay. What can you tell me about Golden Ridge?
Golden Ridge is located on Dorado. It is home to the Alexandra Monastery and Matriarch's Mercy, as well as previously being a center for mining Zeranium. The Protectorate abandoned it soon after the invasion, leaving Auntie's Choice and the Order of the Ascendant to fight for control of the area and its resources.
What's a free market station?
Free Market Station is an independent marketplace, the only one in the system. It is called such as it was built out of a crashed Auntie's Choice freighter by that name.
You said something about the Astrogator being rebuilt when you revived me, didn't you?
Agent Ibarra prioritized your recovery above pursuing Agent DeVries. This involved disassembling and rebuilding the Astrogator to allow the Incognito to travel to your location. As the rebuilding process progresses, old nav keys may be unlocked. Unfortunately, most of them are likely not recoverable.
Got it. Okay. So, we could go to Free Market Station. For the Black Market. Staging ground for Sub Rosa. That's the other faction. We have relationship with three factions. Reputation. Yeah, Sub Rosa is the third one. So that'll probably be a whole thing on its own, but we're going to stick to this and go to Dorado to go to Golden Ridge. We appear to still be in space. I thought we would be landing on a landing pad. We're gonna stick with Inez and Niles for now, I guess. They really don't do a lot of the fun banter from the first game. But we'll go with it. They are kind of chatty with each other depending on like what quests we're doing, so maybe... Okay, now we're gonna land. Got it. Okay, now we have landed on this very broken looking platform.
That must be Matriarch's Mercy. Sure think a lot of their royal family, don't they?
I guess so. Is there any loot here? We are very high up. Smoke grenades. I doubt we can get in there. I don't think this was meant to be a roller coaster ride. We get some hiccups again. It looks stable here now, so hopefully whatever that was evened out. Thing looks fine now. Do I think it's better than Outer Worlds 1? It's been kind of a long time since I played that one. There are some things about it that I really am enjoying. I wish the companions were a little chattier. Because that was fun. How do we get... Oh, hello.
Whoa. Didn't realize we were landing so close to the action.
We got bases down there. If one of them got hit, then that strike will be the first of many.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how to get down. There's probably a super easy, obvious way to get down. That does not involve jumping off this platform.
Attention passenger. You are running 21,027.5 hours late for your tram. Please be mindful of your departure in the future.
How long is 21,000 hours? No, we don't have enough to lockpick that door.
Wow. This station's sure going to scrap since last I stepped about. Don't think we'll be hitching a ride anywhere quick.
$875 days. Yeah, that's a lot. Ooh, there's something here. Nope, it's just a light. It looks shiny, like it might have been loot. The loot was a lie. They're so extra for no reason. So extra. Almost 2.5 years. Mag pick, thank you. Is this a window? I mean, it is, but aha, okay, good. It's a broken window. It's a broken window that we can get through. Station reports. Current schedule. Incident reports. 5 minutes behind schedule. Staff shamed. 9 minutes behind schedule. Staff admonished. 17 minutes behind schedule. Conductor reprimanded and recommended for mental refreshments. Incidents. Citizen found eating food in non-designated area. Admonishment administered. Recurring incident will result in increased admonishment with eventual mental refreshment if issue is not resolved. Citizen fell asleep in common area and loudly snored, disturbing the peace in a public area. Severe admonishment. Recurring offenses will be reviewed by an arbiter. They really are quite strict, aren't they? Okay, some snacks. Oh! Oh, okay. Can I jump back in that window? Because I didn't mean to get out of it. Okay, good. I didn't intend to jump out that window.
The plan can wait. Our lines will not. Good subjects arrive 15 minutes early to avoid missing their tram.
Okay, let's go back to the front and see if we can figure out how to get down from here. But before we do that, the kids are here to say goodnight, so I'm going to be right back. Alright, I am back, and Kiddo and Minnie Blue both say good night. How do I get a good perspective on this? Hey, Luna's good to see you. Like, normally there'd be, you know, an elevator or something. Was it something inside and I missed it? I mean, the track obviously dead ends. Sharking again. That was a performance shark for sure. Because it happened as soon as I started looking out over the edge. We should be able to handle that graphically. I'm going to lower it down just in case. Because that was very distinctly as we looked out into the distance and it had like that whole big area to render. It dropped like immediately. And now it's not recovering. There's got to be a way down from here.
Yeah.
wonder if I can make this jump. I'm tempted to try it. Oops. I'm watching it. I'm trying to see if it'll kick back in. I might have to restart and just do a reset. No, it's definitely me. I fell down. If this doesn't even out, I might try restarting today. Seems like we might be back. It was as soon as I looked, like I lowered the graphics a bit because this one might have been performance based and now I'm just kind of, I can't recover my upload rates. It's weird because it's going too high, which is probably too high for my internet. Anyway, really long explanation, but it all fell apart when I was standing on the edge trying to look over and it was loading in like so much of the world behind it. And then that is when things kind of fell apart. Also, I was running on wireless internet. Forgot to do the cord for the wired connection. We're gonna give this a go. It looks like it's stabilized. It's still early enough in stream that if this keeps being a problem, I will refresh. We'll just have to restart so that I can actually restart things and do like a full reset of everything. But hopefully... You missed the jump? Yeah. It was unfortunate. We jumped. Well, we fell. We tried to jump and failed. I came over here to this backside and tried to jump this track and fell. Are we back live? Okay. Yeah, I tried to jump this. I tried to jump from here to there and failed spectacularly. Oh, there's one of those things. Oh, how do we get over there? I mean, we'll die if we step in it, but that might be worth it for the science of it. Okay, ready? We'll save first, so at least we can load back to right before it. All right, it shows on the map. Okay, we don't actually have to step in it and die. It just shows on the map. I wonder what those are going to end up being good for. You know, there's got to be a reason that they're being marked on the map that way. Oh, look, an elevator. Hey, we found it. Look, guys, we found an elevator.
Folk were hunkered down here. Wonder how long they held out before. Well, best not to think about it.
Yeah, best not, I guess. No good choices.
Day 206. Morale? Low. Condition? Feeble.
Oh.
Outermech. Watching. Always watching. Many have left for Matriarch's mercy, seeking refuge with the Order. The fools. Can't they see the Order is no different from the Protectorate? The Order won't...
Incessant muttering to oneself may disturb fellow passengers. Further conduct violations may warrant notification of the Sentinels.
Try it, you doddering rattletrap. Such threats compel me no longer. I now answer to no one. I've seen through the lies of both sides. In time, everyone will.
Unwarranted optimism may be a sign of a more serious imbalance. Please see a curativist before boarding.
All right, at
We
least
got an appointment to keep at Matriarch's mercy. Let's just hope we don't get shelled too.
okay. Yeah, it seems like it didn't go well for that lady.
Tired of vacuously untrue statements with their unsatisfying antecedents? At the Order of the Ascendant, our predictions are both sufficient and necessary for your positive outcome.
We're going to find Abbot Newell. Refugee.
Please, somebody help us! Anybody, please!
Is this a trap? I have trust issues.
Finally, some help. We desperately need aid. Desperately.
We?
My family and I, we was making our way to the mercy camp for us refugees. We were set upon. My wife, my son were injured. Can't move them by myself. I had to leave them just past this tunnel so as I could go for help. But being alone is even more riskier. The Varachnids, I chased them off, but they'll be back. Please help us. Ain't nothing I can do for them, but you got weapon and medicines and can get us to the camp. Please.
I'm sorry, Varachnids? That doesn't sound good. How badly are they hurt? They don't have a high enough observation skill for whatever that is. It does seem sus. This reminds me of the people on the side of the road in Red Dead Redemption that ask you for help and then steal your horse.
I don't... Vary, by my guess. She was bit on the thigh, high, like, can see bone. Or maybe white means infected? She's screaming all the time when she's awake. Then she goes to sleep. She in agony. And my son ain't waked since the attack. Hurry, please. We must hurry or they'll be eaten. Or worse.
Yeah, this does not sound like it's going to go well. We're going to do it, but I don't trust this at all. His grammar is terrible, and he keeps stumbling over his words, like, or I, and then he's like, they will be eaten. This is totally a setup, but we're going to go with it.
Thank you. Thank you. This way. This way.
Let's just have our gun out here because I strongly anticipate that this is going to go poorly. There's blood splatter everywhere.
Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Yep.
Moment too soon.
What a shame. They have good hats.
Got my time.
They have such good hats.
They won't make it go away.
That was fantastic. We blew up the thing he was hiding behind and then shot him in the head.
Let me know when you need a distress.
That was fantastic. All right, well, it was good for the loot. Is this his head? Pretty sure that's his head. There's a note there we're gonna read, but I just want to keep looting first. Plasma grenades are new. Our spidey senses were right, though. Oh yeah, health, thank you. We were correct about the ambush. Alright, where was the data pad? Right here. Needs a new plan. Plan is good. We kill a lot of dumb people and take their stuff. It's hard sometimes to still talk smart. Taking adrenatime makes talking good easy, but after adrenatime makes it even more harder. So need more adrenatime. We just gotta move. Find new people to steal from. Order guys, antis guys, and angry order guys are all hard to fight. New peoples is easy. Just need find new place to catch them when order guys not around. Yeah, this new good plan. We scrappers can do this. Just gots to keep talking smart and keep dumb talking scrappers in back for ambush. Okay. So yeah, they had it all planned out. Where are we on the map? Right here? Okay. Let's get back on track towards where we need to be. Good little side quest for loot. And XP. We're pretty close to leveling. Yeah, we're like right there. We need to kill like one thing. We find something to kill, maybe two things. Maybe two things.
Make Pinnacle meal replacement bars a complete part of your daily meals and of the plan. Designed for optimal
Refugees this way. Okay.
taste acceptable from the Order of the Ascendant.
Matriarch's Mercy.
Refugees, looks like. And after that strike, there'll only be more at the gates.
Hey, there it is. We didn't have to kill anything. We just had to discover a new place. Okay, let's see. Having no engineering has been a problem, but I think at this stage, I mean, I don't know how far we'll get. I don't know how far these skill levels even go to. We're going to do science. No, medical. Medical will let me take more health things. Plus 21 toxicity crash threshold. So I can take potentially... I'd like to get to the point where I can take 2 if I need to. And then we will put... do you want to go speech or lockpicking? Let's do speech. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we have a new perk to pick. We have so many here. I haven't planned out what we're trying to do here. Let's see. Palm greaser, rapid recharge, tracker. Hostiles on the minimap are no longer hidden by the shroud. The area outside the player's field of view and have their facing shown. Oh, that's kind of cool. So we able to see hostile people. Xyranium absorption. You accumulate xyranium poisoning much slower and can no longer receive light and heavy xyranium poisoning penalties after accumulating too much. If you enter a drug crash from using the medical inhaler, when the crash ends, a portion of your xyranium poisoning is removed. Maxing out your xyranium poisoning will still kill you. The poisoning is accumulated 50% slower, and then minus 35 poisoning on a drug crash end. Farm enthusiast. An additional primer slot allowing you to use the effects of multiple primers at once. That would be nice. Toxicity gained from using the inhaler is decreased. Using the inhaler with multiple primers equipped applies the effects of both on use, but combines the total toxicity of all primers when used. Oh, okay. So we potentially would get more toxicity from it, but it reduces the toxicity by 25%. Oh, while crouching, you can see the contents of a person's inventory before pickpocketing them. That's fun, too. Yeah, so we can see. We can see what they have for us. Let's see. Manual reset lets us hack into auto mechanicals. And we get a bonus damage against automechs. I think we're gonna go with this one that lowers the toxicity that we receive from the medical inhaler. We're gonna go with that one. And then if we go to our inhaler, we now have a second primer slot. So we have this one, which is 300 instantly and then 300 over 5 seconds. Toxicity of 67. This just heals 300 over the duration, but has 45 toxicity. So now our toxicity when we use it is going to be 112. And our total toxicity is 129. But it will heal us for a lot more. Like, we'll get healed by a full 900 health, technically. We can always take it back off if it's going to destroy us. Because with 129 toxicity, if we do take this one off, this one being 67, we could use it twice. Oh, we have 2 of these too, so we could go 500 and then have it do another 500 over time. But then we'd be doubling. Yeah, if we did this, the toxicity that we get would be, what, 134? Which means it would put us into a crash every time we used it. Which is a lot. So we're going to leave it the way we have it for now. Can't talk to these people.
Another refugee? All right, step forward. Just a moment. Allowing anyone into Matriarch's Mercy unprocessed will upset the precarious ratio of refugees to aid. We should have an opportunity for placement in approximately 7.85 days, presuming no unforeseen alterations.
Charlatan perk. All right, let's see. I'm not a refugee. I'm here on orders from Ruth.
Ah, I seem to recollect one matching your description set for arrival. Pardon my slowing your ingress. It has been rather hectic of late. Welcome to Matriarch's Mercy. Rule number 1, no crowding. Rule number 2, avoid the exclusion zone. Our seer has predicted non-specific imminent danger.
Okay. What is the exclusion zone?
I thought the name was self-explanatory. Our seer predicted that a corner of the encampment is in terrible danger. Danger from what? Or when? Unclear. Stay away from it, and in all probability, you won't have to find out.
You people sure take your predictions seriously.
Our predictions spring from the universal equation, the very numbers that guide the stars. Only a fool ignores probability, and we don't suffer fools around these parts.
I thought the refugee encampments were supposed to be safe.
Safety and probability are incompatible. Eventually, nowhere will be safe, including here.
Is there a rule number 3?
Not at present, but according to our predictions, the creation of a third rule is likely, if not inevitable. That's enough questions. Keep the line moving. You need anything, talk to Seer Wiley. He's in the lift building, straight through the settlement.
Okay.
I remember this place before the war. Functioning tramiculars. The peaceful silence of the canyons.
I can't recall the last time this region was silent.
This is all stealing, I assume? Yes. Okay, that's not worth it at all. Not worth it. That's fun.
Algorithmic dissonance? I don't even like the sound of it. How could something be incalculable? Why, the very idea is preposterous. And then we solve for the... apologies.
Oh, sir.
Just catching up on a research assignment between queries. Yes? Did you need something?
Those are interesting glasses. You usually perform advanced calculations in the midst of a busy settlement?
Typically, no. And it has been somewhat challenging focusing my concentration. The abbot felt a scientician operating in a conspicuous spot in the thoroughfare might be useful. An illustrative way for our guests to see how we operate. To show how the crabble patties are made, as it were. That is, if the meat preparation involved a 90-step rate formula and a conflux of polynomial equations.
So you're just mathing out here in public so passerbys can watch you math?
I am also on hand to answer queries by providing data supporting our actions. Though perhaps due to my central location, 89.74% of the time, I am simply asked for directions.
I bet the other 10.26% of the time they're asking you if you can use this, if they can use the space.
I am sure they bear any inconveniences with grace and dignity. I mean, the statistical jump correlated to residents within Matriarch's Mercy has some pretty compelling numbers. According to data, life inside shows a notable uptick in key relevant quality of life factors. Longevity, access to medicine, potable water. Life outside sees increased risk of starvation, inclement weather, and hostile xenofauna. Yes, indeed. Numbers are really against you out there.
Most people need more than medicine and water to be happy.
We have diverted internal resources to better meet demand in key areas. And I'm pleased to say that's led to a statistically significant 2.7% increase in refugee satisfaction. But if my data remains unconvincing, I suggest you inquire with Provisioner Plotnik inside the lift building. Simply tell her Archivist Widmark approves brief use of her time.
Okay.
Then back to it I shall get.
Okay, we need to put the gun away. It's very distracting. There are a lot of people here.
My soup is nutritionally calculated to sustain all bodily functions, but it could use a little salt.
Again with the interesting glasses.
Law. I haven't seen this many folks crammed together since recalled libations night at the Thruster. Smells about the same, too.
What caused the schism between the Protectorate and the Order? The Consul tried to kill presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar, but we saw that coming.
Yes, yes you did. Outhouses. Bounty board. Local bounties. Jan Dunsany. For the crime of repeated and indiscriminate slaughter of Order personnel. Unlike her brothers, Jan appears to bear some vestige of duty from her prior life in the Protectorate. Unfortunately, this is manifested in a hatred for the Order. She seems to believe that the Protectorate has treated us too gently, and that we must all be executed as traitors. She's already made good on this belief in dozens. Jan currently resides in the Scrapper's Den with her gormless fellows. For their crimes, they must be eliminated. And then Morton and Edward. Oh, those are the brothers. Theft, malfeasance, general wreaking of havoc. Morton and Edward belong to the many Protectorate subjects abandoned by their local leaders. However, rather than turning to us for aid, the duo instead partook in petty banditry. They have since acquired many fellow ne'er-do-wells and have swiftly become a problem too troublesome to ignore. The brothers reside within the abandoned Guardian estates in the southwest region of Golden Ridge. Note that due to catastrophic damage to our tram infrastructure, the mountain on which the estates reside must be ascended. Reaching the scavengers' lines may be difficult, but those who succeed shall be amply rewarded. Okay. We shouldn't have a bounty. Ah, no outstanding bounty found for you. We commend your commitment to virtue. Alright. Did we get both of those? Yes. Okay, so those are both tasks. We got both of them. Perfect. Very exciting. Hey, this person is my name. You have the same name. Violet. Violet and Violet.
Watch yourself if you intend to nose around that collapsed ramshackle. I swear, refugee settlements aren't what they used to be.
My health was never in question, but anyone inside must have been gravely injured.
Oh yeah, Duarte. He's former aunties like me. He was underneath for a few hours. Or, no, that was before. This time it was Rollo Nast? No. Gert Valkenberg. Happens a lot. People here need more room to breathe. Can't build in the walkways, can't set up in the exclusion zone. So they build up. Best they can, at least. Don't have proper building material or nothing. They just make do. After a while, the stacked up little huts they jury-rigged come tumbling down.
So a bunch of displaced have been hurt doing this?
Oh, you put that together, did you? Here, I thought I was being subtle. Yeah, people keep at it. What else choice they have? Order won't listen. Maybe if we interspersed our requests with numbers, they'd pay attention. Seems like all they care about sometimes.
The Order's doing the best with what they have on hand.
They're doing something, which is better than nothing, but not by much.
Okay. I should have saved before trying to pickpocket this lady. In fact, let's go ahead and save now. There's no one here to see us. I want the ammo. Okay, we got away with it. Also, Inez wants to talk to us. They had an update today. A big patch with a ton of fixes in it, and one of them was so that the characters would stop having the speech bubble outside of when they want to talk to us. So she might actually have something to say.
Commander, you got a minute to talk? I got some thoughts on this situation with the refugees.
Yes, she actually has something to say. What's on your mind?
The number of folks seeking refuge from the war is, well, it's beyond what I expected. And beyond what the Order is capable of handling, seems like. Andes may not be faring much better here, but we could at least find enough work for these folk to buy some food.
Let's see. Naturally, why would Auntie's Choice do anything out of the kindness of their hearts?
I mean, we ain't gonna give up our cots for what could be the enemy. We're doing what we gotta do to keep our heads on our shoulders. It's a tough situation, that's all I'm saying. But if the Order can't even manage tens of folk at their doorstep, they ain't gonna manage much better should they win the war.
True. You aren't going to convince me that Auntie's Choice would do a better job. I forget that she's technically Auntie's Choice. She seems to be on their side, even though she left them. I don't... None of these sound like a good answer. We're going to go with number 4.
Except we have resources to spare on these folk. Does the Order? But that ain't all I'm getting at. I went through this myself when Auntie's Choice took over Tau Ceti. It took time to secure the merger, but once they did, we folk got the help we needed real quick. And all they wanted in return was the signing of an employment contract. Now, I ain't seeing any contracts in Matriarch's Mercy. So what is the Order actually gaining by doing this?
You know Auntie's Choice was wrong to offer you that deal, right? I mean, she just quit her contract.
Don't see how it's wrong if it benefited the both of us. Anyhow, if the Order is in fact helping these folk with no hidden aims, then, well, I'll be the first to admit that there might just be merit in what they're selling. Appreciate you hearing me out.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, she still clearly likes them.
Every scientician yearns to visit the archive on Closa. One day, it will process all.
So many people. Administrant Agarwal.
What is it? I have 15 seconds of allotted time for non-specific discourse, so choose your words with expediency. Oh, new arrivals. Of an independent operative nature, one presumes. Did the abbot assign you to help?
No, but if there's compensation involved, we should discuss.
So you are an independent operative. My estimations were largely correct. Well then, I may have something for you. Infrastructure requests from the displaced exceed present resource capacity. The mounting accumulation of prevailing desideratum is regrettably beyond us. Or beyond me, more to the point. I am simply one person, impossibly stretched thin, and unable to attend to the needs of the displaced.
Tell me of the displaced from your point of view.
They are refugees from the Protectorate and Auntie's Choice, who have relocated here on account of past and ongoing conflict. They have been free to settle throughout much of Matriarch's Mercy, with one rather notable exception. Tell me, what do you know of the Exclusion Zone?
The Order is keeping the zone off limits for shady reasons.
Excuse me, but the intricate dance of the cosmos is anything but shady. You see, the seer predicted that a calamity would befall the Exclusion Zone, warning that the barrier must not be crossed. But the ever-disruptive voice of the displaced is dead set on occupying the Exclusion Zone anyway, laughing in the face of certain peril.
I mean, we're gonna go there, clearly. There's been multiple mentions of it, so we're definitely going there. Let's see, so they're an unstoppable force and you're an immovable object.
Indeed, and I'm hoping that's where you come in. The seer has augured death for anyone who enters the Exclusion Zone. Yes, you heard me right. Death. Furthermore, and I quote, an outside mediator, having earned the confidence of both sides, has a high likelihood of clearing up an ongoing dispute. We can't have the voice of the displaced sowing disorder. Will you help us? Will you be our outside mediator, as was foretold?
Still haven't heard anything about compensation.
I have some custom-made Order armor I never use. I can also allocate some funds from my budget. At least, I can provide that if you side our way. So, do we have a deal?
If you believe both sides will listen, then I'm in.
I believe only in the cold, inconvenient mathematics of the cosmos. This will work. It must work. The first step is to familiarize yourself with every angle of the dispute. Talk to the people of Matriarch's Mercy. The displaced want the Exclusion Zone. We want it kept off limits. We can't both be right. Feel free to speak with the voice of the displaced herself if you aren't already acquainted. Any questions before you get started?
Oh, the voice of the displaced is a person. I thought they were using that, like, you know, metaphorically about the voice of the as a collective, you know what I mean? Like, but it's an actual person. Okay. What can you tell me about the voice of the displaced?
I can tell you she's a rabble-rouser of the highest order. Still, she cleaves to her principles. That's something. You can find her outside, among her people, stubbornly defying an order barricade.
Let's see. I've spoken to a few people with valid concerns about the conditions in camp.
These are the data points we need. Keep at it then. Precision is ever our ideal. Many people around camp support or object to our methods. Speak to them, form your own opinion, and when you are ready, we will decide the fate of the exclusion zone.
Okay. There's a lot of letters falling from these tubes. Provisioner, again with the glasses.
1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently 99.81% occupied, coordinating provisions and supplies for the displaced. You may peruse to your heart's content, but do so speedily for my sake.
Okay, mostly just some mods. And hats. Do you like hats? Plasma pistol. Yeah, nothing that we need.
Yes.
Archivist Widmark suggests I speak with you about your work. Have we talked to Widmark yet? Was that other lady?
If the archivist said so, I suppose I can factor out a moment. As the assigned provisioner, I am responsible for coordinating the requisition and distribution of comestibles, medicinals, and miscellaneous vital supplies. The overwhelming majority of my time is dedicated to this, leaving only moments to see to the Order's needs in the settlement. But it is an effort I undertake with great relish. You may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine.
I bet you're more stressed than you let on, but you seem happy about it?
The Order of the Ascendant is dedicated to the ascension of humanity. Our ultimate goal may not be reached in our lifetime. If I can help others in need today, I shall do so to the utmost extent of my abilities and resources.
Not sure the displaced have realized everything you're doing.
With the great disruption that has occurred to their lives, one can hardly blame them. That they are fed and remain healthy is sufficient for me.
Okay.
I appreciate you respecting my time.
All right, let's see.
It's you.
Auto dock in here. One of my companions is going to open this door any moment. Yep, there it is. All right, so Hollis Beardsley.
Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. I've scarcely breathed while hoping you'd come. I am in desperate need of your help.
Shh. Trade now, talk later. Let's see. You want my help? You don't even know me.
True, but the Order's predictions know you better than you know yourself.
Right. I've heard it all before, but what does all that have to do with me?
Recently, I had a rare opportunity to ask the Seer for guidance. He told me that a dashing outsider would answer my prayers. I feared the prediction was a fluke, but here you are. A dashing outsider standing before me.
We're dashing. The Order devised an equation that calculates the unknowable? How is that possible? We're going to do this because it's part of our brilliant trait.
Strictly speaking, it isn't. Not yet. But the math is very, very, very good at predicting what is probably most likely, extremely possible. In theory. Within a margin of error. Anyway, that is the Seer's business. My business is the health and welfare of this camp.
All right, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Where to begin? There are so many sick and wounded in Matriarch's mercy, and I have but 2 imperfect hands. I am but a humble general practitioner. What I really need are specialists, and the Seer predicted an outsider would find them.
Let's see. Let's ask him about the conditions of camp. This thing hasn't gone away, and I'm afraid it will go away if we don't ask it now.
As a doctor, I'm appalled. We don't have enough beds or private quarters to separate people, so sickness is blazing an unhappy trail through the refugees. Of course, the Order keeps us well supplied with meds, but things will get worse as long as we're overcrowded. Yes, I can treat sickness as it arises. It would be leagues better to prevent it entirely. That means space to spread out.
I say get everyone sick at once, let nature take its course. Let's ask if there's anything we can do to assist with that. They do have a Santa hat.
Since you asked, you can run this medicine to Horst Lambing. Just don't shake the man's hand. He has a habit of coughing into his palm when he covers it at all.
Okay. You asked for medical specialists. Very well, I'll help.
My thanks, stranger. Probability is on our side. The Seer gave me a datapad with explicit instructions that I not read it, for my intervention could only throw probability into disarray. Now, take the datapad, with my thanks.
I'll be sure to read it when I have time, okay? Read the Seer's projections. I guess it's not technically a Santa hat, it's like a hair wrap of some sort, but looks like a Santa hat.
You're right. The universe does not orient itself toward fairness. But it's my firm belief humanity can do better.
All evidence to the contrary.
Alright, so that's the Seer person. The workbench over here, some vending machines. We've never even bothered looking at any of these vending machines. Lots of mods. Lots of mods. Not really in need of anything at the moment, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Can't talk to you or you. Novice Seer Simon Vicarage.
Ah, I pleasantly anticipated this exact moment. My personalized order prediction and weekly prognostics report both mentioned encountering an unforeseen factor about now. I suppose that designation doesn't wholly apply to you, though, does it? Predicting future events is an imprecise science. Currently, that is. Well, then. I read that you'd have questions about our predictive methods, correct?
This is a predictory? I expected more than a desk.
True, my situation does lack a certain refinement. Regrettably, this is Matriarch's mercy. We all must do the best we can with limited means.
Can you tell me anything about the situation in this settlement?
Matriarch's mercy is brimming beyond capacity with those cast out by war. But we of the Order rise to every challenge and continually strive to better our guests' existence. Why, I, for instance, have availed my predictive methods to our refugee neighbors in the area.
So you lack any substantial ways to aid the refugees?
There's nothing more practical than improving lives now, is there? We've offered the displaced access to our weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions. Engagement is admittedly rather low, but at least one member of the camp reports he has benefited from them greatly.
One person here will swear by the Order's predictive methods?
One of our recent guests, Rollo Nast, has received multiple personalized order predictions. I believe he could speak to the effectiveness of our ways firsthand. If my own humble assertions are not enough, I trust his attestations would convince you, and perhaps other members of the displaced as well.
All right, how does the Order predict the future?
We utilize a mix of proprietary research methods to gather as complete a data set as possible, and advanced calculations using well-honed models to effectuate it. None of us predict events with complete accuracy or absolute detail. We'd need to solve the universal equation to do that. Fortunately, we're all working very hard on that problem. The Department of Predictive Analysis provide weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions to help steer our followers' paths.
So you tell everyone in the Order what to do?
More what to watch out for. Advisement on adhering to the plan. Forecasts of probabilistic dangers. Elements of larger predictions made relevant to groups and individuals. The Department of Predictive Analysis is mainly populated by seers like myself, who represent the Order's most talented mathematicians. After years of study, some can predict events a few seconds or minutes into the future with reasonable precision. Others can estimate with up to 71.1% accuracy several months out. Of course, predictions have grown more difficult with the loss of the archive, but I am not to speak of that with an outsider. No offense.
Well, now you mentioned it, so now we want to know. How do weekly prognostic reports and personalized order predictions differ?
The former are generalized forecasts for groups or settlements. The latter are more specialized to individuals and take far more time to calculate. Usually some are handled by one of the more senior seers in a region, but with Seer Wiley's days taken up advising the abbots and other things, this responsibility falls to me.
Other
Regrettably,
things.
I have built up a bit of a sizable backlog.
Other things. Okay.
I foresee you have much to do. I won't keep you. Adieu.
All right, so what's this guy so busy with that he's not doing his job? This door is broken. We're just gonna do a quick run up here for any potential interesting stuff to find. That's not even stealing. Okay, now we'll go talk to the people.
Yeah.
We're supposed to talk to this dude for the quest, but I kind of want to talk to this dude first. Hey, Pi, good to see you. Yes, we found Lucy. Thank you for pointing us in that direction.
Ah, you must be the, Earth Directorate agent I was told to expect. Your punctuality is commendable. Allow me to welcome you to Golden Ridge. I'm afraid I've no refreshments available, but can I interest you in a customary debate over decidability?
Let's see. Start using smaller words or I'm going to start using bullets. Oh no, thank you, but I couldn't possibly indulge when there's mischief afoot. We're gonna go with our brilliant trait one here.
Sensible. Straight to business then. The presiding bishop sent word of your imminent arrival. However, pursuant to our normal standards of compartmentalization, she was scant on the details of your mission. That said, I've been instructed to assist you however I can. So, tell me, what brings you to Golden Ridge?
Let's see. Can ask to have the conversation in private. Let's say back up a minute. What was that about compartmentalization?
Well, since losing access to the archive, the Order has been forced to limit its open exchange of ideas and information to avoid contaminating what few predictions we can still make.
In other words, you're trying to avoid self-fulfilling prophecies.
We don't use that word, prophecy. Our predictions are strictly a matter of mathematical calculation. But in layman's terms, that is the objective. Yes.
The archive is a vast network of computational machines built beneath the ice of Cloister. Prior to the invasion, the Order used it to generate predictions on a vast scale. But listen to me prattling on. I'm sure you aren't here for a history lesson.
I'm hunting the woman who nearly killed me, Augustine DeVries. Ever heard of her?
DeVries? Now, why does that name ring familiar? Landon, do you recall a DeVries?
I don't generally concern myself with passers through. If this DeVries was not a member of the Order, then it's unlikely we ever exchanged mats.
She's not with the Order, but one of her associates is, Victor Clemens.
Victor Clemens, some kind of radical. What an absurd notion.
I must agree with my seer. I once watched Victor shed copious tears over a damaged datapad. It's difficult to imagine him capable of worse.
A friend of the traitor I'm after said she and Victor had secret contacts within the Order.
And that may well be true. But our standard of proof within the Order is not normally met by hearsay alone. Victor's currently supervising highly experimental research at one of our labs to the northwest, the Enray Range, beyond the invaders' front lines. Unfortunately, you'll need to go through the decommissioned autonomous extractorium to reach it. That path is less than safe, so I advise caution.
What exactly is Victor working on at this Enray range that's so important?
What business is it of yours?
Let's not be unfriendly. The agent's only curious. Obviously, Victor's work has something to do with N-rays, but beyond that, I haven't a clue. More of that pesky compartmentalization, I'm afraid. Besides the highly caustic Serenium River and the Mantisaurs, we've also received reports of mad cultists in the area. It does make me wonder why Victor decided to stay.
All right, we're missing a piece of information here. I'm sorry, mad cultists?
Rift worshippers spouting inane theories. They began showing up prior to the invasion. The first sign of dysfunction in the Protectorate always starts small, doesn't it? Loath as I am to admit it, there may be some merit to your worries over a conspiracy within the Order, whether Victor is involved or not. As my predecessor would remind me, denying unpleasant facts is not good science. I would be remiss if I failed to support an investigation.
Yes, time to start busting some kneecaps. Let's see. Glad we're on the same page. Now, how can I return the favor and help you?
No doubt you heard of the recent attack launched on that Auntie's Choice base, Outpost Opportunity. It came from one of our facilities, the Zeranium Manufactory. But that facility is intended for research, not military action. I hate thinking an Order member responsible, but given the precision of the attack, it does suggest traitors in our midst. It would undoubtedly benefit both of us to root them out.
Respectfully, Scholar, given current tensions, should we really be trusting such a delicate task to this stranger? Would an internal review of our ranks not be more appropriate?
Respectfully, go void yourself. All right, current tensions, and here I thought we were getting along so well.
Choosing levity at a moment like this is only further evidence of your lack of good judgment.
I don't dispute the need for discretion, my friend. But the presiding bishop made the determination to send the agent to us. It's best we trust her calculations. Moreover, our situation is growing increasingly dire. I can't overstate my fears concerning this most recent attack ending the ceasefire and reigniting the war in Golden Ridge. One more thing. Your investigation into the traitors takes precedence, but if you could also render aid at Outpost Opportunity on our behalf, such a gesture might preserve the peace.
All right, let's see. You're supposed to be helping me. Why am I doing all the work?
And here I was under the impression that investigating crime and injustice was primarily what Earth Directorate agents do.
He's got us there, Commander.
At any rate, I trust whatever's uncovered over the course of this investigation will serve as compensation enough.
Let's see. Just checking. You're sure the Order didn't intentionally attack Auntie's Choice?
Most assuredly not. It would eliminate the entire point of the ceasefire. Please convey that fact to whomever you speak with.
Let's see. All right, thanks for the leads. I'll look into all of this.
I knew I could rely upon you. Ruth wouldn't have sent you otherwise. Here, take this writ of investigative inquiry. It'll grant you access to the manufactory. Seer Wiley and I will conduct our own inquest into these traitors you've mentioned erstwhile. We can compare notes once you've returned with your findings.
We can save a few more questions. Let's see what that brings up for us.
Illuminating the path to true erudition is an abbot's moral duty. Whatever I can tell you, I will.
Let's see. What's the story with the giant statue outside?
That is a statue of the matriarch, Alexandra Varick, Arcadia's founder and for whom the monastery was named after. Regrettably, Alexandra Monastery is closed to non-order members at the moment, given recent troubles. But perhaps Seer Wiley can give us an estimation of its reopening.
Oh, certainly. According to my calculations, the monastery will be accessible to certain members of the public shortly.
Ha! Good news indeed. Oh, you really must visit. The observatory is a true sight to behold.
We already know what a seer is, but we can ask him this, so let's see what he has to say. I'll see you later, Sasquatch.
A calling for those with a greater than average talent for mathematics and computation, particularly in the field of predictive analysis.
Let's see. Fascinating. That talent must come in handy.
Seer Wiley is being too modest about his contributions. Many in the Order rely on seers for their indispensable counsel. I myself would be lost without mine.
Hey, Michael. Good to see you. Nod sagely. I, too, value a good lackey.
Oh, yeah? Is now a good time to talk about my salary?
No, it's not like that at all. Our bond is an equitable partnership built upon a foundation of mutual respect and dedication to the plan. In fact, what would you put our combined efficacy rate at these days, Wiley?
I won't trouble our good agent here with the exact calculation, but the percentage is considerable.
I dread the day your immeasurable talent finally propels you into the upper echelons. Truly, Landon, the Order doesn't realize what it has in you.
She was very sparky. Having someone who can predict the future certainly seems handy with the war on.
Oh, indeed. I needn't educate you on what you can see with your very eyes. There is a great deal of pressure on me to navigate what is a rather novel situation. Without Wiley, I dare say our predicament here would be even more precarious. Many lives depend on him, on us both. Why, Matriarch's Mercy would not be the refuge it is without his predictions shepherding its development.
That isn't saying much. Matriarch's Mercy is a disaster.
Not if you consider the alternative. Its absence would be far more catastrophic for these poor refugees. Really, the Order is being quite charitable.
All right, thanks for filling me in. I'll be on my way. All right, so let's take a look now. We've kind of been through, we've collected a lot of things. So our main quest is to go and investigate the manufactory and the N-ray range. So that's kind of the main story. Now we picked up 3 side quests. Reading the Seer's prediction that the doctor gave us to see what that's all about. Talking in general to the people of Matriarch's Mercy. Okay, so far we have notes from the doctor, the provisioner that we talked to. We need to go find the voice of the displaced. Okay. And then, oh, this is the schemes thing from the other place. And then we have the 2 bounties and take the abbot's message to Outpost Opportunity. All right, let's take a look at the map. All right, there's the ship. These are the bounties. This is Outpost Opportunity over here. This is the N-Ray and the Zyranium Manufactory. And this is the other bounty. Talk to Rolo Nast. We'll do that. And talk to the next person. Let's focus on that while we're right here talking to the people.
Where to first, Commander? N-Ray Range, Zeranium Manufactory, or Outpost Opportunity?
Yes, we will decide that. You finished already, Pi? You didn't get the ending you were expecting. Okay.
Oh, a visitor.
Hello?
Without notice.
Wow, rude.
Hello. You weren't mentioned in my latest personalized order projection. I mean, prediction. Granted, I mostly skim the parts what don't cover probabilistic dangers, so perhaps you were alluded to in some, roundabout fashion. Suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good, right? Yeah, I reckon that's good.
How much time did you put in, Pi? I haven't looked this up yet. I meant to see what the amount of time to finish is averaging on this game. Because we're already like 17 hours in at this point, and I don't feel like we're very far. Let's see. Novice Seer Vicarage mentioned you had a good experience with order predictions.
I'll say, I try not to make any big plans until I consult my latest POP. First time I got a POP, it was on a lark. It said, Rolo Nast, our seer has predicted you must wear a helmet today. I borrowed one. As a laugh, everybody ribbed me about it. Just after lunch, wind picked up on the cliff above and dropped a mock apple 152 meters straight down onto my head. Fortunately, I still had that brain case on.
It's about 30 to 40, but you don't, ran into some bugs. That's unfortunate. Hours of setback. You had the bug where the game stops letting you save and just blundered on for hours until you noticed. Oh no. That's unfortunate. I saw that reference in the patch today. That's really unfortunate. By that math, we're about halfway through then. Does that seem right? I don't know. We move kind of slow. Could just be a coincidence, couldn't it? I mean, this present interaction is a perfect example. We should be done with this conversation by now, but I'm ignoring him. I forget what I'm supposed to say. Could just be a coincidence, couldn't it?
Sure, but I've had 9 POPs so far, and at least 3 times something similar happened. Avoided drowning in a culvert, sidestepped my mantisaur allergy. Forget the other. Things like that just illustrate the fragile nature of human existence, especially here in Golden Ridge. My co-occupant Ike had a POP done. I told him avoid liquids for 48 hours. He ignored it. Later got drunk, passed out, drowned face first in a puddle of water.
Let's see. Their forecasts just seem practically vague to me, I guess.
You did catch the part I said they'd save my life, right? I think alive is a notable improvement on dead. That's something you can take to the bank, Figuratively speaking. I don't know why the other displaced have been so slow to take to them. But I'm not complaining too loud. Waited for my latest POPs long enough already.
Okay. Inez wants to talk to us again.
Hope you appreciated how I bit my tongue back there with the abbot. Didn't want things to come to blows with civilians in the crossfire. Full of excuses for the attack, wasn't he? Could be that he's sincere. Or could be that he has his hands so full with keeping his community from falling apart that he missed a memo or two. Either way, I'm willing to stay my hand until we know the truth. If it were my folk buried under the rubble, I'd want to know for certain before acting. Besides, ain't nobody around here better suited for investigating than we are.
Let's see. You're taking this better than expected.
I prefer doing my shooting after asking all the pertinent questions, Commander. While we're at it playing detective, we need to scope out opportunity. If there are any survivors, we ought to help, however we're able. I can only hope they had warning enough to run for cover. If they didn't, well, there's only so much basic training can prepare you for.
You speaking from experience?
Once endured a week-long bombardment in a foxhole with only enough rations to last 3 days. Screams went on twice that long. Some of us still ain't fully recovered. We should move on, unless you've got something for me?
Nope. I feel like one of these times I'm going to accidentally choose the option to, like, get rid of her. All right, does it give us somebody else we should be talking to? Or is this just a general now? Oh, yeah. We have to go talk to the voice of the displaced.
What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy is no safer than the trenches.
Look on the bright side. I predict that the worst is behind us.
I feel like I'm not getting along with any of my companions. I always seem to make the wrong choices. They spend the majority of the time annoyed with me.
Broke my nose last scrap.
Or, I guess Raleigh Dortmunder did, huh?
I still don't get any of this.
Oh, good. It has the, are you really sure you want to leave? Like, get rid of you confirmation? Okay, good. Thank goodness. Because being, like, dismissing them forever seems like such a random choice. Like, sending them back to the ship, sure, totally valid. But getting rid of them, like, we just don't want you anymore?
Ah, I banged him up real good for you, didn't I? I won you one, right? Matters settled.
The void you did. Barely connected. You're thinking of 2-3 scraps ago. You've been mostly unconscious a while now.
You might be the reason. Yeah, maybe a little distracting, but I think it's like, I don't know. I'm like misinterpreting them as people. Like when we said that we were, when I said that we were, you know, thinking of Niles when we made the choices, like I was thinking that that's going to be good because, you know, we're showing him that we did it for him. We did it because we care about him. But he got mad and thought we didn't care about people. And I didn't see that coming. And with this one right now, I'm like, what? I don't know. She's more attached to the Auntie's Choice people than I expected her to be, given that she had her graphs messed up and quit her contract to leave with us. I feel like I expected her to be more anti-Auntie's Choice. Disillusioned with them, maybe? I don't know. I just feel like I'm stumbling around with the wrong answers every time we talk to these people. Totally lost track of what you were saying. I've got no idea what either of you are talking about.
You ought to talk to
Seems
Boss
safe.
Tilda. She's the brains in this... What does she call it? Oh, yeah. Quasi-illicit shenanigan.
Doesn't like to look at us when we're all banged up. Said my face turned her off Borscht loaf.
Anyhow, head down the hill along the fence. Tell her Mapother and Mudge sent you.
He does have good eyeshadow. Down the hill along the fence, like this way?
Word to wise, don't accept anything here that's given for free. You'll pay, one way or another.
Okay, so I'm not... You agree. It's a weird loyalty. Okay. It is very odd. Okay, you have an interesting mask. Oh, because you're Sub Rosa. Oh. Okay. Tilda, I like your hair.
Greetings.
Not your
What can I help
glasses.
you with? Let me guess. One of your co-occupants is always hanging up his or her britches in your corner of the yurt. Am I right? Or you're dealing with more of a stay off my palate or that's my air you're breathing sort of thing. Hmm?
Pray elucidate the exact nature of your tiff of contention.
Map there and Mudge sent me.
Oh, really? Like they strung a few words together in a row and it all made sense? That's a marked improvement on earlier. Guessing they left out a bunch, though. Here in Matriarch's Mercy, if you're not a member of the Order, you're probably living close to somebody else. In some cases, sleeping on top of them. Sort of thing tends to cause friction between neighbors. Would lead to fights, but nobody here wants trouble with the Order. So they hire our hooligans to battle by proxy.
So they fight using stand-ins? What does that solve?
Half the time, people shy away at the first sight of blood. The other, that's what they're there for. We say whoever wins the fight wins the argument. But frankly, it's never anything of consequence, like, okay, hurrah! This guy gets back his mangy button. Now, how can I help you exactly?
Interesting. I came to ask about the situation in the camp, but you answered my questions. I'm just window shopping proxy altercations today, sorry.
Ugh, a tourist. Well, clear out then, huh? Can't have you scaring off real customers. I got a bunch of yeggs, 2 pugilized pugilists, and a cicanid to feed.
Cicanid? There's a puppy? Puppy a lie? I feel like the puppy's a lie.
You got business? No? Move on.
They have a lot of masks. If only I had a few spare bits to make it my business. Oh wait, I do. All business is the business of the Earth Directorate. Stand aside in the name of freedom.
Earth who? Name of what now? You got some kind of ague? I definitely ain't letting you in if you got the ague.
I don't want to pay a bribe. We don't have the Intimidator perk. I'm going to go with whatever's behind this lady is probably not worth... Although, I don't know. Who's this person? Alright. Now I'm curious. We're going to pay the 500.
Business? No? Move on.
I'm paying the bounty, guys.
Reckon you at least know how to oil the gears of ingress. Likely you ain't some protectorate or order stoolie. But I'm still gonna be watching. Go ahead.
Dang it. Wouldn't it be funny if I could, like, tuck back here and steal my money back? Alright, who are you? Agent Kober.
Salutations, friend. Not many find their way into my presence, but those that do possess only the finest of tastes. I do hope you'll pardon the rigmarole it took to meet me. The Order has such an antiquated philosophy on the smuggling of contraband.
Sub Rosa is very purple, and I appreciate the aesthetic. I like them a lot. The mask colors, the hair colors, this lady with the eyeshadow and the purple eyes. She's even got the heart lips. So much purple. Let's see. Where does Sub Rosa stand on the war?
We stand that we'd like to make a good ton of bits on the war, and maybe expand our reach in the process. Beyond that, I'm not supposed to comment. But Sub Rosa consists primarily of ex-Anti's Choice and ex-Protectorate personnel. We've still got folks we care about out there. Complicates some of our feelings on the fighting. But if the fighting stops, our income begins to go dry.
If your wares are so good, why are you operating out of a refugee camp?
It's superb cover and a consistent market. Refugees are in need of all sorts of supplies that the Order cannot provide. And Sub Rosa delivers. At only a reasonable markup. Myself, I enjoy the thrills of the environ. Will the Order attempt to drive me out? Will Matriarch's Mercy be shelled? Shall I run out of new cereals? Oh, thrilling!
Explosives? There's an explosives option? You're just a war profiteer. Don't try to pretend otherwise.
Yes. Obviously. I don't believe I ever implied otherwise.
Alright, let's see what she sells.
Feast thine eyes on the merchandise.
Let's see. Expensive. Very expensive. Plasma beam caster. Yeah. Sniper rifle. That'd be fun. We don't have one of those. Okay, but we don't need anything from her. Hello. I love when my companions are like right in my face. Alright, so we still have to find this voice. Voice of the displaced.
Is a self-centered derivative take on the grand plan.
It's a vicar.
That's how little the Protectorate respects your intellect. Apologies, outsider. As a vicar, I am usually tasked with guiding non-order lay people, such as yourself. Lately, the abbot has tasked me with the education of the refugees in our care. You are, of course, free to stay to be enlightened by my lecture, but I don't need an abacus to predict your path lies elsewhere.
I was curious about the refugees.
Well, if it's in the displaced's best interests, I imagine I can find a moment.
You seem fairly in the know. What's the situation in this settlement?
Yes, I reckon I do have my ear to the grimy dirt floor of Matriarch's Mercy. I hear what common lay people are saying, and the wide array of bodily noises they make. Suppose I, more than any other member of the Order here, connect with non-scienticians. I've begun daily lectures, including practical advice on efficiently planning their days. I frequently launch into extended orations on everyone's favorite topic, math, and meticulously expatiate on our sex origins in the most rigorously pedantic detail.
Sounds fun. Let's see. Sorry, I just nodded off there. You lost me at yes. Wait, that's how you've been helping the displaced here? Talking to or at them?
As I'm sure you've read in recent dissertations doing the rounds, education has proven to have a 13.7% increase in overall quality of life. I am single-handedly making a difference here, with constructive pointers on efficient scheduling, lessons on order history, plus some mathematics for a little added razzle-dazzle.
Do you think people are listening?
Never as many as I would like, perhaps, but my little congregation grows by the hour. Eventually, my unsophisticated layperson friend, the knowledge just seeps right in. Give it a few years and they'll even be asking questions.
Oh, just a few years. All right, resolve the disagreement with the voice of the displaced. You've investigated the local concerns well enough to resolve this dispute. Seek out the voice of the displaced and let the mediation begin. Have we? Have we found enough? Order novice.
Welcome. Have you come to bask in the Order's knowledge?
All right. Forced lamping. I don't think you're who we're looking for, but you have a name and there's a spotlight on you, so let's go talk to you.
Oh,
this is the guy.
My sinuses are stuffed up.
This is the medicine
ears are
guy.
backed up, and my guts are gurgling. I could burst at any moment. Every fluid from every orifice. So keep your distance.
This is the guy we're not supposed to shake hands with. Good news. Doc Hollis Beardsley asked me to give you some medicine.
Law, finally. Real relief for my fake symptoms. Let's see it then.
What? Real relief from my fake symptoms. Here you go. At least now you can pretend to feel better. Let's see what it's worth to him.
Well, ain't this healthcare in a nutshell? If it's bits you want, you can partake of what I scrounged together on account of folks taking pity on me. You have my gratitude, stranger.
We made our 500 back. So we just got our bribe to talk to that lady back by making this guy pay for his medicine that he didn't really need. What do you make of the situation around camp?
I think it's downright awful what's happened to these fine folks. But me especially. Sickness, malnutrition, spontaneous genetic disorders. It never ends.
Okay.
You too. Trust me, you don't want to catch this. Neither do I, for that matter.
What's his deal? Gregory Farnham. Did we talk to him already?
Miss my sprats.
No, we didn't.
How do you do, stranger? Always nice to see a friendly face around Matriarch's Mercy. Though it's a pity I can't lend more aid to our downtrodden collective. I'm just a humble taxidermist.
Taxidermy? I'm seeking medical specialists to help. Okay, let's see. You're a taxidermist? How much do you know about suturing wounds or reattaching limbs?
More than whoever butchered your friend. Do you need any touch-ups on that appendage?
Not unless you think a pair of glass eyes and glued-on antlers will help. Sorry.
But something tells me you didn't come to talk shop. What's this about, Agent? Am I in trouble?
Just the opposite. I'm recruiting you to assist the Doctor of Matriarch's Mercy.
What? Me? No. Listen, friend. A little skill with needle and thread does not make me a qualified medical professional.
We would have to have Medical 5 for whatever this is. Surgery, taxidermy, same thing. We don't have the luxury of high standards.
Clearly you don't suffer from imposter syndrome. Have it your way then. I know when I'm being voluntold. But you better make it worth my while. Before I agree to anything, I need sprat corpses. Several. And no victims of violence, please. My art depends on the quality of the sleeve.
Stop calling them sleeves and you've got a deal.
The term is industry standard. And a taxidermist without standards is never a pretty sight. I used to source all of my sprats from a local trapper, Frankie Billings. No idea if she's still in business. Word has it she's out north in Auntie's Choice territory, so watch yourself.
I'll come back once I've got my hands on some fresh vermin.
Fresh being the operative word. My thanks, stranger.
Okay. Where did that one go? Oh yeah, Doctors Inside Borders. Oh yeah, we still have to read the Seer's prediction. Frankie Billings. Okay. Still haven't found this lady.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
This guy has interesting glasses.
Between the invaders and the Order defecting, there's no putting this sprat back into the can.
Cloister is looking pretty good right about now.
A wasteland devoid of life?
Oh.
No.
The voice of this place is marked on the map now.
I'm not with Auntie anymore. We all had reasons to.
Really? What was yours?
Is now marked on the map.
Another refugee camp?
We're not
Another
going
colony?
anywhere.
Order coercer.
Not on the basis of some half-baked prediction. This
Oh. Administrator Agarwal. Here to finally hash this out, are you? Thought this day would never come. And you must be the one everyone's talking about. The great mediator who was foretold.
Yes, well, our esteemed outsider here has agreed to thoroughly appraise our situation, in the hope that we may finally close the book on the exclusion zone once and for all.
They say you asked around. Listen to folks. That's a good start, at least.
I'm not fully convinced that I should be in this position, but I'll try anything once.
Well, we tried to work things out on our own. Look where that got us.
Mediator, I leave the fate of the exclusion zone in your capable hands.
All right, I'd like to discuss what I found out about the Order side.
Speak on then.
Let's see. Provisioner Plotnik informed me about Order efforts.
You actually got the Provisioner to give you the time of day. Huh.
Ah, yes. I sometimes forget Provisioner Plotnik is also assigned to minding the displaced's needs. Her role is largely proactive, while mine is reactive.
Provisioner seems committed to ensuring the displaced want for nothing.
Fair enough. The Order does keep us refugees fed and plenty, medicated. To give credit, as I do with blame, where it's due.
Rolo Nast taught me a bit about the Order's predictions and their usefulness.
Did he also happen to mention they were needlessly oblique and vague?
He said they weren't always accurate, but he was too scared to ignore them.
But our predictions are given to inform and protect, not to frighten. Forgive me. I do not mean to disrupt.
I spoke to Vicar Orandy about her support for the displaced.
You mean that missionary type who's always talking at everybody instead of to them?
She means well. Complex mathematics can be useful, even to the displaced, I think. Let's say she values education, but I find her methods questionable.
Her mission is to uplift and enlighten.
She's indoctrinating, not helping us. Can't you see the difference?
Point taken.
Alright, let's talk about the displaced and their perspectives.
I'm all ears, mediator.
It's interesting that she's listed as the Order of the Ascendants. A lot of the other displaced people we talked to have said, like, some of them said Auntie's Choice. They've said other things. But she's apparently, like, part and considered Order of the Ascendants. You heard about this business with the Sub Rosa altercations?
The what now?
When grievances between the displaced approach fisticuffs, we hire Sub Rosa hooligans to duke things out for us.
That is unquantifiably absurd. And I don't see how moving into the exclusion zone will help.
Overcrowding leads to frustration. Minor issues get amplified in unproductive ways.
Unproductive is one thing. Paid Donnybrooks with surrogate fighters is... well, I'm at a loss for an applicative metaphor to describe it.
Alright. I spoke to the camp doctor about the health situation here.
I understand he is rather short-handed.
Yeah. Someone should get right on that, huh? Anyhow, what was the good doctor's diagnosis?
Let's see. He has meds to treat sickness, but he can't cure overcrowding.
At Auntie's Choice, we'd view this from a lens of how sickness undercuts productivity.
That is indeed unfortunate, but the dangers predicted for the exclusion zone may outweigh these concerns.
I found evidence of a collapsed structure.
Collapsed? But we built Matriarch's Mercy to optimize comfort and safety.
I'm guessing you're saying this wasn't an official structure, more of a hastily assembled, precariously built shanty.
Refugees shouldn't have to build in these conditions. These huts come crashing down.
People are struggling to make do with what they have. If we had the exclusion zone, this wouldn't be a problem.
I'm aghast these structures weren't built following established Order construction guidelines. By my calculations, you've explored this topic from every conceivable angle. Admirable work, Mediator. I suspect that your sympathies lie with the displaced. Unfortunate if true, but I leave the decision in your capable hands.
Let's see. I have no business making life or death decisions on anyone's behalf. I roll for no one. Look, for the record, all of this is ridiculous. What do you think happens if we choose that one? I mean, they're definitely overcrowded. I guess I feel like I'm going to choose to let them go into the exclusion zone and hope that, you know, their predictions being vague and not always true means that nothing bad will happen to these people. But I want to see what happens if I say for the record all of this is ridiculous.
Finally understand what we're dealing with, huh? For every problem, there's an obtuse, indirect solution.
Regardless of your misgivings, I ask that you follow your reason.
Okay, so we're going to go with this, the displaced. Their needs outweigh the danger. The exclusion zone is theirs. And hopefully everyone doesn't die because we said that.
Well, if this is the fate that was augured, then I will not complain, though it goes against my very nature. Please, be safe. That's all I ask.
Not to worry, Administrant. The exclusion zone is our problem now. Here. You stay out of trouble. We'll try and do the same.
500 more bits. Okay, well, hopefully that doesn't go horribly, horribly wrong. All right, so where did that leave us now? We can go find the trapper. Both of these things, the manufactory and the N-ray range, seem like they're going to be tasks and a half, more than we've got for 30 minutes. So let's see if we can find the trapper, Frankie Billings. Oh, he's way up here? Well, maybe not then. He's way out of the way. All right, let's see if we can get to Outpost Opportunity then. We'll follow the path and see if we can make it there. Things in this are very frequently not as far as they seem. We were talking about that earlier, so even though it looks really far away, yeah, only 871.
I'm fond of these lodgings.
Only.
Do you believe Arcadia shall
Only.
ever return to how it was?
I wish.
It's very shiny here at night. Everything's so brightly colored. I love the color combo of like teal, purple, and pink.
This is Abbot Newell of Alexandra Monastery.
It's so good.
How is that, Wiley? What? It's still recording? Oh, how do I stop the...
We'll mostly stick to the path, I think. Yeah, we're following this road at the moment. What we're aiming to do is kind of this road up here and see if we can follow it all the way through.
Exclusion zone entry is respectfully discouraged. On advisement of the abbot, under good authority from the seer.
Unspecified dangers are predicted in these areas at an indeterminate point in time.
We didn't talk to these people because we got distracted by that other dude.
In light of the recent attack on Auntie's Choice, you may want to make haste to Matriarch's Mercy. It's just down the road here.
So it was one of our bases that got hit. Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
What was that attack?
I can't rightly say, and that is rather concerning in its own right. It seems our temporary ceasefire with the corporatists may be at its end.
Ceasefire? We were clearly supposed to have this conversation on the way in, but we got sidetracked. Because the dialogue is as if we're heading there.
Yes, this was an active war zone until recently, and now seems like it may be so again. Not quite certain why the attack was launched, but that is not under my purview. I'd surmise that when Auntie's Choice realized they couldn't get through our defensive measures, they wisely chose the path of diplomacy. Seems I was mistaken.
Well, it weren't our artillery that made that strike. I can tell you that much.
They must have done something to provoke an attack, which is why your safest path now is the one that leads to Matriarch's Mercy.
Why is that? What else is going on around here?
The Order controls everything south of this point, but the rest is beset with various dangers. Zealots, scavengers, creatures, and corporatists. Well, not certain about that last one anymore after the attack.
When you say zealots, do you mean the cultists who worship the rifts?
Yep, mad to the last one. People will turn to anything to ease their discomfort during times of crisis, I suppose.
What were you saying about scavengers?
They're both unstable and violent. Auntie's forces call them scrappers, and uses them for just that, gathering scrap materials. Excessive abuse of stimulants has made them severely unbalanced and prone to violence. They've also been known to pose as refugees, to lure their victims into ambushes. There are several camps of them northwest of here. I'd strongly advise keeping your distance.
We already ran into that. I have to ask about the creatures.
The creatures are of the genus Varachnid. They are large enough to kill a full-grown human, and exceedingly willing to do so.
Okay, thanks for the information.
All our efforts add to the equation.
You know what? We're gonna save, then we're gonna pickpocket this guy. Lucky Spratfoot. Nothing exciting. Prism Burst Assault Rifle. Yeah, we don't have the key. It's doing this weird noise now every time we're in a locker. Kind of annoying. Wasn't doing that before. Alright. We're good with that. Does it look like we can make a straight shot over to this path? I'm guessing that height is gonna, like, the topography is going to become a problem. Is there a gap in the path because it's a cliff? Nope. It looks like not a cliff. So we can just follow this straight on through. Oh, hello. Arachnid web weavers. Yep, we've got spiders. Tanky spiders.
Looks like a fight.
Oh, yeah. Web weaver, and yet I'm surprised.
Commander, watch your vitals.
I'm only at half. Oh. That one was hiding behind the other one. I do like my goo. The goo gun is very handy. Arachnid. Energy canister. Yeah, the goo gun does good. A lot of open space here compared to the last place that had all the greenery. Are these people? Foreman Trenton. Okay, so they order coercer. They're friendly. Order disciple.
Perhaps it would be advantageous to... No, that won't function optimally.
Is this open? It does if we had lockpick level 8. Wow. Level 8. Alright, let's go talk to the person over here. Put my companions to work jumping around. Foreman Trenton.
Do you have a specific matter requiring discussion with me that cannot be postponed? I'm rather preoccupied at the moment.
You're preoccupied arguing with yourself about the best way to dig a hole?
That's not... Yes, your assessment is absolutely accurate. Making a final decision over what to prioritize in the construction of this trench, given my current resources, has been a substantially more difficult task than I first estimated.
I thought the Order solved this kind of problem with mathematics.
Correct. In this case, standardized algorithms, which includes a Poisson distribution method, using the data we accrued from years of tracking the frequency of different attacks. Unfortunately, I find myself in the extremely unlikely and stressing position of having these algorithms inform me that every type of attack is exactly equally probable. And thus, my dilemma.
Why do you need more trenches?
Auntie's forces have pushed us from our initial trench line into our fallback trench, thus making it the new primary trench. Despite the fact that we are currently holding back Auntie's forces at the new, more narrow front, this leaves us in the unenviable position of requiring a new fallback trench. That being said, we shouldn't need another trench line.
What do you mean by shouldn't need another trench line? Isn't this an active war zone?
Our analysis shows us that Auntie simply lacks the resources to push through the current front line. However, there is a vanishingly slim chance that Auntie's has more resources in transit outside of the Arcadian system that we simply haven't accounted for yet.
What kind of threats will you be facing?
Many, unfortunately. Auntie's human soldiery, raptidons, mantisaurs, scrappers, and even wild arachnids. In summary, many and varied.
That's a lot. Maybe just make the trench equally good at defending against everything?
Alas, I lack the resources and time. I appreciate your input, though.
Okay, good luck with that. Again, with the immediate putting a gun in people's face. There's a building back here, so let's go inside. Maybe there's loot inside. Oh, there's a person, though. Saving.
What is with the anomalous behavior?
Okay. Good thing we saved. Man, he like sat down. Alright, fine. No loot for us, I suppose. That's bad timing. You guys are not sneaky. You're trying to be sneaky, but you walked right up on what we were doing. Alrighty. This is a big open field of dead spiders. We gotta go in the building over here. Oh, there's a rift over here. Can we get near it? Rift anomaly. Can come in this room. Blast-proof defenses and the recipe for it. Okay, so we got a new mod. Personal log, Factor Albrecht. I'm grateful the architect has provided for us the advanced mathematical formula required to calibrate our artillery and anti-war weapons to such a degree that anti-choice forces have no chance of breaking through our lines, and yet being required to fall back and allow those barbarians into such close proximity with the monastery is galling. To even contemplate the chances of a stray artillery shell striking such an august place of high learning makes my blood boil, not to mention the terrible blow to morale it would cause. Okay.
Attention, freelancer. You are currently heading into no man's land. We strongly recommend you return.
Manta pillar. Right. We dealt with those the last time. I think. They were definitely in the first game, right? They sound familiar. So is this the OG trench?
Freelancer, you are currently heading into no man's land. We strongly recommend you return.
They're gonna be grenades. Let's save, just in case there's grenades. Or landmines, not grenades. Landmines. This looks like the kind of place that would be littered with landmines. Mantisaurs were? Okay, I thought so. It sounded familiar. Yeah, like that. See, I called it. Landmines. They're super obvious, even without the, Hello. It's weird looking. What are you trying to show me? Sealed door. Okay. Pretty sure we could have already seen that that was a sealed door. Read the plaque. Let any who read this plaque know of the sacrifices made by the below members of the Order of the Ascendant. Their courage, honor, and unflinching loyalty to the Order will not be forgotten. They laid down their lives, giving up the opportunity for future learning and scientific advancement to halt the relentless advance of the depraved capitalistic barbarism of Auntie's Choice forces. And then it is a very long list. I want to know what's behind this door. What happens if we shoot the... We're saving first in case it goes horribly wrong. What if we shoot that thing? Nothing? Okay, it doesn't do anything. Figured that since we can't really interact with it. But why tell me there's a secret door and not tell me how to get in it? Probably be relevant later. Manta wasp. Sounds fun. We might as well fight them, honestly. I just shot something that wasn't even there. Oh, landmines. Fantastic.
Armed and ready.
I was gonna say, will you guys set off the landmines? You come over here? I mean, not the flying ones, obviously. Like the other ones. I guess why would they bother to come over here if they can shoot us from that far away? What I should really be careful of is making sure that I am not going to get distracted and run across here.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal.
Because there's a lot of landmines between here and there. A lot of landmines. I knew it though. I looked at the spot and I was like, you know what this looks like? This looks like a place where there'd be a lot of landmines. Biomass, carapace, helmets. Some kind of eyeball situation. Odd. Okay. Drone armor. Oh, hello. Lots of stuff down here. More hats. Quidley's ceasefire.
This is Chief Quidley, recording with the intent of registering this most unusual sequence of events and securing their serial wave rights. Recently, we reckoned it'd be a hoot to hack a captured order terminal, use it to heckle them. Instead, we wound up chinwagging. And turns out we have much in common. They're bored, we're bored, and everyone got sick of trench living months ago. Next thing you know, we're getting together for brews in a wave of their knockoff sport, pitchball. And where there's booze and ball, there's betting. And while those order folk are scary data smart, they can't see the angles if they're big as a ship and bright as a hollow ad. They just see stats and percents. And don't get how spunk, moxie, and being due play into it. I thought hustling games of six caps was the easiest way to make bits. Not no more.
Tactical rebreather. There's a lot of snacks in here. So they got together for gambling. Actually kind of funny. This is the first time our observation skill has paid off in a bit. This thing is apparently a shelf that we can open. 473 bits. Oh, a pitchball card. One that gives us +1 gadget energy meter max. Alright, now let's look at the terminal. Trooper Wiser, your account is being deducted by 3 bits per minute. Okay. Messages. Alright, these were all sent from... Well, not from, it's just to Wiser. Alright, let's see. Oh, from unknown. Okay. Dear Thomas, I don't know who let the word slip of our peace summits, but my command has heard it. Same as yours, and it produced in ours the same measured, reasonable level of understanding it produced in yours. I'm told that if I fail to murder you the next time we meet, I'm to be drug in front of a firing squad. Mayhap we should skip the finals this year and let things blow over. A shame, really, after watching the Sovereign Sluggers fail to finish at the top of the league, which I must admit gives me the same wry, uncivilized joy it brings you. If I'm not careful, soon you'll have me cussing like a dock worker and abandoning the universal equation for the promise of sweeter breakfast cereal. I'll reach out again around the league premiere next year after this foolishness has died down. Oh, so they got caught being friends. Message or test message to the Order. Well, aren't you a clever little crabble to use the decommissioned machines we abandoned to message us? I can't imagine what you could possibly say that may be of interest, but I imagine there's nothing lost in correspondence. Mayhap I can show you the universe has more to offer than your stark consumerism and disgustingly sweet breakfast cereals. Nonetheless, I find your offer of a parlay fascinating. My unit seems to believe I have a plus or minus 74.332% chance of turning this communication into something meaningful if we meet, so I accept. Let us gather at the muster station halfway between our lines under the white flag of peace and hear what others has to say. First meeting follow-up. Oh, I read them in the wrong order again. So this was like sending the message, then this is going to be the first meeting we're about to read, and then they had to break up. Okay, so first meeting follow-up. I must admit I'm still more than a little surprised we found you, your smiling compatriots, a Vox, and snacks rather than Auntie's Choice grenades dropped on our brows, but it certainly was a fabulous time. I must also admit the speed at which you absorbed Pitchball's rules was darned impressive. I understand that its resemblance to your native tossball is significant, but you mastered the new information with a startling aplomb. I sincerely hope we do it again for the finals, so as long as the brass keeps saying we're locked in a Cold War, we may as well enjoy our time on the tundra. Though next time I'll bring the ale, I know a guy. They got caught and had to stop being friends. Right before the finals, too. Okay, grab all that. And now we're almost there. Let's get back on track with our actual task.
Yeah.
Landmine, landmine. Good grief. Let's stick to the road. That is the good part of the observation thing, is that we found a couple of cards behind them so far. Corporate Trooper. Mantis Soldier. Wait, who's throwing grenades? Thought we were friends. We are friends.
It's a brawl.
Oh, okay. Not us. We were not the problem. These guys were the problem. We were not the problem. Alright, personal log unknown. I don't rightly get it. Our initial landing and attack went so well, and now nothing. We're stuck at a standstill. Can't get no supplies or nothing from orbit. Can't get no one up and over the Order's last trench. Commander saying every time we tried, we just got shot to pieces. Whose fault might that be, Void Brain? Sitting here watching a whole lot of nothing happen, knowing that friends in other fronts are making bits hand over fist, has me regretting transferring to this area. I think it's time for our useless commander to have an accident. I could handle this better than him. Ooh. Mutiny's afoot. Corporate hireling, climber, outpost discovered.
That's a lot of casualties. Our medics ain't equipped for this. Not even close.
All these people. Flyers. Medical cor- Okay, well, before we go talking to other people, let's talk to the person we're supposed to talk to. And then we will swirl around talking to other people. Alright, so we are looking for Enemy Scrutinization Officer Durbin.
Did that blast give me a dunder? Or is some damn stranger walking into my area of operation right after we've been attacked?
You all right, officer? We saw the impact and got over here fast as we could. If there's anything we can...
We can do to part you from your bits while you're desperate? Yeah, I know your type. You go private, but then lurk in the shadows like manta wasps looking to prey on easy marks. You got any reason I oughtn't have you shot?
Let's see. The Order sent me to help as a gesture of goodwill. They didn't attack you.
Yeah? And what exactly makes you so sure of that?
Let's see. Honestly, I'm not, but the monastery abbot asked me to come and he seemed very sincere.
Well, I suppose I appreciate your honesty. But even if I believe you, so what? The damage is done, and it's not like I'm mounting a counterattack.
He wants you to contact your superiors to make sure things don't heat up or escalate. Alright, so if it wasn't the Order, you have a new enemy slaughtering your people.
Maybe. I suppose it's possible. But even if I believe you, what, by law, do you think I can do about it?
Get the word out that it wasn't the Order and that you've got a new threat to deal with. Be a damn professional and report this development to your superiors. Let's go with that one.
Seriously? You expecting me to ring up Auntie and tell her, hello, Maven of all marketing, just letting you know that the Order says it wasn't them that slaughtered my men? Also, there's some new nameless, faceless, seriously cutthroat competitors trying to frame the Order, so we go back to killing each other.
All right, point taken. So how can I convince you that the Order didn't do this?
Ah, an offer for transaction. Now you're talking my language. Didn't reckon you as someone sympathetic to our ways. It just so happens we might be able to trade services. Normally, I wouldn't admit this kind of weakness. It's bad practice. But I'm really in the squeeze, and you might be useful. Lately, my luck's been right miserable. I got enemy sneak attacks. I got grunts murdering each other. I got unsanctioned power struggles. And it all risks reflecting badly on me.
Badly on you? All that's going on and you're worried about you?
Well, who else should I be worried about? Do you have any idea how abysmal that's going to look on my next employment review? You cut down the number of issues that are vexing me, and I'll send you a word of peace and harmony up the chain. What's good for me is good for you, see? Quid pro quo. Or, if all that sounds like too much work for you, there are other ways to curry my favor. Make me believe your good intentions. Encourage me to take your side.
He wants money, huh? Let's see. I could do you a few favors. What kind of jobs do you need done?
That bomb that hit us, it was filled with uranium. So not only did it kill us the good old-fashioned way, it also caused serious poisoning. My contract medicalist over there is literally up to her elbows in it, her hourly rate is ridiculous, and our damn auto docks have gone on the fritz from the workload. You get her the compression coil she needs to make the auto docks work, and that should cut her billable hours in half, and then I'll send your message.
Easy enough. All right, that's an option. You said you need a whole mess done. What else you got?
There's been a murder at one of our forts. Trooper's accused of poisoning her senior officer for some preposterous reason. Problem is, I'm already short on medical specialists. The last thing I can do is waste one for days just to find out if she did or didn't toxify him. Go find out who done it, and I'll send the message you're asking for.
All right, that's an option. What else you got?
This is gonna make no more sense for me saying it than it's gonna make for you hearing it, but apparently, the senior officer at one of my forts is a mantisaur. A real, actual, pincer-faced, carapace-having mantisaur. Not a half-human one, or a psychic one, or a talking one, just a regular old head-munching mantisaur. Anyways, there's some dispute over who his second should be, and he can't exactly decide himself. So go sort it out for me, and I will gladly send your message.
We are definitely doing that. Fair enough, I'm off to make that happen.
Now, you know that's an irrevocable deal, right? As in, please remember it's legally binding, and I will sue you if you fail to get it done. So don't let either of us down.
People are dying, and all he cares about is what he can get out of it. Wish I could say I was surprised.
Okay, do we get access to all of those, hopefully? Yes. Solve one of the problems. What if we want to solve all of them? Can we solve all of them? That way we can get extra points. I would imagine as long as we don't go back to talk to him after, maybe they'll all still show up. But we have to do the Mantisaur and Command one because, I mean, the first two honestly sound pretty good. The Medical Outpost one just is like a fetch quest. A murder investigation sounds interesting, and a Mantisaur in charge of a whole area sounds even more interesting. You can solve all of them, but the doctor one with the coils is a collection quest, so long term. Oh, okay. Got it. So we wouldn't be turning this in for a long time if we wanted to do all of them. That is my lowest priority of the three. The other two sound way more entertaining. So I want to do at least those two. At least those two. Let's go talk to the doctor and see if she has anything interesting to say. You're not the doctor. You're the doctor.
What in the scrupulous name of profitable deductibles do you think you're doing? Just who are you, and why are you walking through my triage?
Let's see. That officer over there asked me to help you, so what do you need?
Help, huh? Well, that would be greatly appreciated. We need compression coils. The attack left more wounded than I have supplies for, plus a hefty amount of uranium poisoning. And the coils on our auto docks have worn out. Without them, they can't convert raw materials into the medicaments needed to help the soldiers heal.
So you need me to find you some new compression coils?
As many as you can. There's so much more work than I can handle. It's only by getting these 3 defunct auto docks back online that I can hope to save most of these folk.
All right, where would you suggest I look?
Auntie dropped extra compression coils in pods from orbit to help our advance, but they landed everywhere. Though I heard some are in the no man's land between the battle lines.
Okay, mark my map and I'll be on my way.
Many thanks, but please hurry. These folk ain't got much time.
Hey, Rachel, good to see you.
Sounds like these coils will keep this triage from becoming a morgue. Let's get to scavenging.
Of course, that's your priority. All right, so help solve a murder. Oh, the murder and the Mantisaur in charge are in the exact same spot, so that's convenient. Compression coil is right here. Is this like a find one and then it directs me to the next one kind of deal? Because it's only showing the one. Report back to Dunbar. Yeah, we're not going to pay you. We're not going to pay you for anything. All right, we've at least got another quick travel thing over on this side of the map. So these are what we're going to go do next time. We'll start out with that because I'm very entertained. It also is going to take me right to Frankie Billings, which was kind of the other thing, all right here. Oh, you only get the one freebie coil location, and then you have to stumble upon the other ones in your travels. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. So they tell you where the first one is, and then I imagine it'll give you a look at like, oh, this is what the pod looks like, and then you know what to look out for as you're going around. That makes sense. So maybe we'll grab that and then we'll go up here. We'll do like a hop down here, then up there. Either way, that will be for next time. We are going to call it here. We are at the 3-hour mark. So tomorrow is like Monday 2.0 of this week. And I'm going to call it here. So we will be back with this game is pretty much what we're going with for the next little bit. It is on the schedule, but we'll be back on Thursday, and we'll pick up and do some more of the side quests. I want to get more of the side quests and map exploration done before we go back to the main quest stuff. Our typical style is what we're going to go with. So the schedule is up on the Discord, and then of course my streams get put up onto YouTube on the day of. So if you enjoyed tonight's stream and you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. And until then, have a good one, everybody.